Turn back to politics, and time now for your buzz. That's your rapid-fire look at the best political topics of the day. 3 questions, 30 seconds on the clock. Who do we got playing today? CNN contributor Maria Cardona, also Sirius XM talk show guy, and just an all-around funny dude and great friend, Pete Dominic, and Republican strategist and columnist for The Hill, Sherry Jacobus. Always good to see all three of you. First question, fairly easy one. This one's straightforward. GOP candidates had their last debate before the Iowa caucuses last night. Maria, first question to you. Who stood out to you last night in a good way or a bad way?
Michelle Bachmann stood out to me, TJ. She really took it to several candidates, especially Newt Gingrich on the Fannie and Freddie, and then also slapping him down when he continued to say that she didn't have her facts straight. And I thought that was a bit disrespectful, and I thought she had great comebacks to that. I also think that she took it to Ron Paul on foreign policy, and I think she hurt him a little bit. She hurt Newt Gingrich a little bit. I think Newt Gingrich came off as arrogant, defensive, professorial. We saw a little bit of the rise of Newt Gingrich, and in a place where he is seeing his poll number slipping. That's not what you want to see in this debate.
Sherry, you next. What stood out to you?
Mitt Romney did very well. He did very well addressing the so-called social issues and took the time that he needed to explain himself so that others didn't have to try and explain and slam him for it. Newt Gingrich did very well, I think. He's very good at putting people in their place when they are misspeaking about him, but I don't think he was disrespectful at all. Michelle Bachmann, it's sort of a mixed bag. On the one hand, she looks strong going after her opponents. On the other hand, that may have hurt her with some Republicans who really don't like to see that much negativity. So I think it was a mixed bag for her. You know, but I think Mitt Romney, Newt Gingrich, as expected, both did very well and are still the front runners.
Pete?
I thought Michelle Bachmann did a good job standing up to Du Bois last night. Took it to Newt Gingrich and Ron Paul. I thought Ron Paul was amazing with his foreign policy. His point about how we had 30 years with Russian missiles pointed at us. I thought that. You know, Mitt Romney played it safe. He kept the plastic on the couch, TJ. That $10,000 smile didn't go after anybody. And if Newt Gingrich gave a seminar on confidence, I would take it. That guy's amazing. Rick Santorum was there. He helped Iowa caucus voters know how unequal he thinks gay folks are.
All right, let's move on to Rick Perry and a moment that stood out to us all. Let's listen.
There are a lot of people out there, I understand it, you know, there are a lot of folks that said Tim Tebow wasn't going to be a very good NFL quarterback. There are people that stood up and said, well, he doesn't have the right throwing mechanisms, or he doesn't, you know, he's not playing the game right. And, you know, he won 2 national championships, and that looked pretty good. We were the national champions in job creation back in Texas. And so, but am I ready for the next level? Let me tell you, I hope I am the Tim Tebow of the Iowa caucuses.
Sherry, what did you make of it, Sherry? Is that a good comparison, comparing himself to Tim Tebow last night?
Well, my football acumen is very limited, so unless you want to put up a test pattern or play some elevator music over the rest of my 30 seconds, I'd like to go just straight how I thought Rick Perry did. I thought he helped himself last evening. I think that had this been the Rick Perry that showed up at the beginning of these debates, he would have been top tier. Not fabulous, not great, but certainly hanging in there. So he comported himself well. I think he helped himself a good bit last night.
No,
it might be too late, but he did.
We put you in a bad position asking you a football question. Maria, let me come over to you. I'm not sure how big of a football fan you are, but what did you think of the comparison he made last night?
I thought it was cute. Clearly, Tim Tebow is the it boy right now, and so I think, you know, Rick Perry did as well as he could have, using humor and using the it boy of the moment. But wouldn't he rather be, TJ, the Aaron Rodgers of NFL? Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl last year, won MVP, probably will win MVP this time around. The Aaron Rodgers is what the GOP political process is missing, a winner that is recent and somebody who has a very bright future. That's what they're missing.
Oh, well, Pete, she clearly didn't like the Tim Tebow reference. What did you make of it?
Well, I don't know where, Maria, I don't know where Aaron Rodgers is on pro-life. On the abortion issue. You know, Tim Tebow, famous for doing a pro-life ad with his mom, I think a couple of Super Bowls ago. Tim Tebow and Rick Perry have one thing in common. They both crowbar religion into somewhere where it's not supposed to be, politics and sports. And what was with that first answer Rick Perry gave? He wasn't drowsy anymore. He's all jumpy and caffeinated. He's like, I'm like Tim Tebow. The only thing that would have made that better, that answer better, is if he ended the segment by actually Tebowing, TJ.
We're going to get a shot of that. If people don't know, go check out tebowing.com. You'll see what we're talking about. Good stuff there, Pete. We got a buzzer beater for you now. 20 seconds left, and we're talking about Gary Busey. He was backing Newt Gingrich. Now he's backing off that endorsement. Yes, the actor, Gary Busey. Maybe a crushing blow to the Gingrich campaign. At least here's one person's late-night opinion of it all.
Speaking of the campaign, yesterday Gary Busey withdrew with... This is big political news, by the way. This was worth standing in the rain for. Yesterday, Gary Busey withdrew his endorsement of Newt Gingrich. Yeah, Mr. Busey has gone back to his prior position of endorsing a jar of raisins.
Oh, we love Gary Busey, don't we? Well, the other thing here, South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is set to endorse Mitt Romney. So, Maria, let me start with you. Who's the better endorsement to have and why? Nikki Haley, Gary Busey?
Oh, well, I think clearly Nikki Haley, but for this question, I don't know what's more offensive to Nikki Haley for being compared to Gary Busey or to Newt Gingrich, who a has-been actor who suffers from a brain injury is waffling on endorsing him.
Well, yeah, blame the writer for the question. Sherry, what do you think?
I think the Gingrich camp is jumping up and down that they got Busey off their endorsement. They probably paid him to do it. The Nikki Haley endorsement is very, very valuable to Mitt Romney. I think that's something that he can feel very good about. They should tout that as much as possible. A real feather in his cap.
Pete, what do you make of it?
I think Gary Busey only endorsed Newt Gingrich because he lost a bet with his toaster, TJ. But listen, this is a great endorsement. This Nikki Haley is a great endorsement. She, he did not do well in South Carolina last time around. She's got Tea Party support and establishment support. So this is great for Mitt Romney and a great week for Mitt Romney. He got a Christine O'Donnell endorsement and now a Nikki Haley endorsement. He keeps getting all these endorsements from strong Republican women. He keeps getting these endorsements. Newt Gingrich might endorse Mitt Romney just to get to know the ladies.
Oh, Pete, it was going so
TJ,
well. It was going so well.
Before we leave, I know you're moving on. I know you're moving on, TJ. Before we leave, I want you to know one thing, my friend. You've been great. You've been so great to me, and I want you to know I love you.
I love you too, Pete, and I mean that. Thank you so much. We're not done. We're not done. I'm going to be in touch with all you guys, but Sherry, Pete,
Absolutely.
Maria, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you
Friday.
again
Thank
soon.
you.
You'll have a good weekend.